Hello Ghostlies, Ghostly Chris here. I'm gonna teach you today how to draw a face. Here. The pencil lead was getting away from me. So first you're gonna start with your paper, and then you're going to start with a pen or some kind of favorite pencil or something. If you are going to start with a pen, I recommend red, pink, or green, because these colors are going to be easier to put color on top of and to see what you want to do, and then you can go in with black after you make all of these lines. Okay, so we're gonna go with the basics first. I'm gonna show you this. We're gonna make a kind of like a basic circle. So this is going to be the top part of the skull. So this is going to be where I'm gonna cut it in half, like not half, but like there's going to be a little bit of it to the edge, so it's gonna be a little bit more than half. So as you can see here, there's going to be this part, which is going to be like the skull, and this is going to be the forehead, and also where the eyes are going to be. Where I cut in half, that's going to be where I'm going to hollow out some eye holes, and then that's going to be where the eye sockets are going to be. Later, I'm going to show you how to do the rest of it, because that's going to be the connecting jaw. Okay? I'm gonna switch to a darker pen so you guys can see better. So that's going to be the top part. You don't want the eyeballs to be too close. A lot of artisans will say that you want an eyeball, an eyeball, and an eyeball. So pretty much from where the circle is, there should be an ability for an eyeball to be put in between the two eyeballs, as well as an eyeball here and an eyeball here. I don't know what the opposite of a cyclops would be, but it should look like four-eyed monster almost, you know? Okay, so then after that, if you don't know pumpkin carving, I'm going to make a basic long triangle for the nose. That's going to be sitting right there. Where this little T is, I'm going to pick the point and then go here. Now, after that, I'm going to swing right underneath this circle and put the jaw. Depending on the expression, you might want to leave extra room if the jaw is going to be open or doing anything else. But for today, I'm going to go for a little bit more of a basic look. So usually I just make like a little cut right there. If you can't see it, I'm gonna hold it up. See, and it's already looking like a face. So we already did like a circle, a triangle, another circle, and we did a line, and a line, and now a line. And then we did another half circle. If you guys want to pause to get to where I'm at. Awesome. Okay, so now we have our basic, I call it the pumpkin head because he kind of just looks like a pumpkin. Where the eyes are is where the ears are going to start. And then also where the mouth starts is where the ears are going to end. If you're doing more cartoonish style, or if you are trying to experiment with your own style, there's a lot of artists that have different kind of proportions, and sometimes I even kind of kick up the ears to go here, or like a little bit like that, halfway to where it is, or a little bit lower. But if we're going for realism, which this is going to be the bare basics to build onto any kind of style that you're going for, or trying to learn more hyper realistic, this is going to be the go-to. After that, your ears, where you ended them, is going to be where the neck starts. Sometimes you might want to thin out the neck a little bit afterwards, but this is a wonderful way of getting it first, like, to look kind of realistic. I'm gonna fix up a little chin here. Awesome. So we're gonna go into the lips now. So it's gonna be harder for you guys to see, but hopefully you guys can hold it up a little bit more. So I'm gonna put a circle and a circle on top of that line, because I'm gonna try to do like a widow's peak. And then I'm going to just fill in. Anyone that has a history of doing makeup, you're going to have a better time at realizing where the eyebrows, as well as where the lip and also the highlights and lowlights should be. Then after that, I'm going to put another little line right here, and then I'm going to add and connect them. And see, now we have perfect lines. What that's going to look like in a bigger way, I'm going to put the little line here. That's going to be the opening of your mouth. And then I put there, we made a frog. And then up, up, down. Then I made a line, and then connect, connect. And then after all that, this is just a basic lip. You can pinch a little part here to make it look a little bit more like lips. So pretty much there's a circle, and then you would make a smiley face, and then you would dip down and then up, down and then up. And then that makes the, I don't know what it's called, but it's that little dip underneath any kind of Cupid's bow. So also for more detail, you can darken the sides, the corners of the mouth. Also on any portraitures, you can also put a little mark here, kind of like a dimple. You're going to want to darken this little mountain next to the smiley face we just made. Then we add more detail. Awesome. And so pretty much detailing the lips would look like adding little marks like this. Maybe adding a color or some kind of poutiness, or sometimes lip piercings and things like that. But this is pretty much good to go to color. So I'm going to show you this with color to let you see what I am talking about. And there we go. Highlight also helps with making anything look really cute. Most people will tell you when you are like going for more professional look to start planning out where your highlight is, because where the sunlight is coming from. So if my lighting source is going, oh, this is a white. Anyway, if the light source is here on the face, then my light source or my shine is going to be here and here. And the darkest part is going to be over here. If my light source is over here, then it's going to go here and here. But since I'm going to go for more of a direct hit, I'm going like, if it's, well, not like here, because that would be below the lips, but where the viewer is, it's going to be here, here, and here. Awesome. Okay, so let's go into the eyes. So I'm gonna do more of a mock over here real quick. Awesome. So now that you guys can see a little bit better, I'm gonna go in with a different color. So now that you can see and we have the lips done, let's go in with the eyes. So you're going to get this part of the eye, the innermost corner. We can start on left or right. You're going to make a tiny little mountain. Kind of like a little bump. You don't have to do the full circle because the full circle is where the eye socket is going to be in any kind of skull. And so the rest of the circle is going to give us the illusion of an eye socket. This is going to just be the opening of the eye. So imagine that the circle itself is the eye itself, like the eyeball. And you're just kind of like opening it up, kind of like, I would also recommend this if like you were drawing a character with a ball in their mouth. It's kind of similar to that. So now we have this kind of football shape. Some people will call it an almond or a leaf or an eye drop or something, this shape. But it's going to look like that. And you see how it's already looking very eye-like because of the eyelid up here and here. Don't worry about having a character with eye bags or something underneath their eye, because the skin underneath your eye is always going to be there. It can be a little bit lesser or bigger than some people, but it will add that kind of realism. And personally for my style, I like to have more of an eye bag underneath it. For this character, we're gonna go with a basic eye. So I'm gonna take this, go to the innermost corner, and then make another line over this. And that is going to be the prime real estate of an eyelid. And underneath, because I don't want to go too hard with the eye bags today, we're gonna go and pick where the circle of the eye most hits. And I'm gonna pick right there. And I'm gonna just kind of make like a kind of not smiling face. The smiley face is like that. It's gonna be more like a that, you know? A very soft line, but it's kind of almost curved. Awesome. So now we're going to find the corners of the lips. So this little line we made earlier, see where I put here? For an eyeball, we're gonna go up and kind of like do. We're not gonna actually do like a little line, but we can get out a ruler and it would go right here where the pupil of the eye would be. So I'm gonna hit it right here. Now that looks frightening. It kind of looks like a terrifying Tim Burton character. If you want that, we can stop here and then you got it. But we're gonna go for more realism and then we can work on maybe adding some cartoony elements. So this is going to be the darkest part of the eye. Now we're going to do a more circle around it. And it's going to be a little bit, the one I'm making is going to be a little bit covered from the eyelid, but you can also make, hold on. I'm gonna make a separate eye over here so you guys can see what I'm talking about. And this is going to be our separate eye. So you can put it over here. You can put it maybe here. And you can even put it underneath or above. All of these would be correct. All of them together look horrifying but cool. But pretty much we're gonna go with this basic one. And yes, we can put a shine, but with the same methods as before. Where would your light source be? Always remember that. So for this drawing, I'm going to go with this light source that is shining in front of the character because I've already put shine here and here. So in front of the character, it would be right, I'm gonna go with the white, right here-ish. Which looks a little anime-y, but that is okay for right now because I want you to know that it's okay to sometimes have more of a stylistic, character-y kind of design. That is fine. We can practice more into getting more realism, but I'm trying to give you at least some kind of basic that will like help you build on to more things. Awesome. So now after doing this, we're going to go with the same on the other. This might be a little bit daunting. Some people like to break down like making the football and then all the other things while we're doing. They do not have to look similar. They just have to look like cousins. If they're distant cousins, that might be a little bit of a problem, but they don't have to be twins. Do exactly what I did on this eye over here. And honestly, if one eye looks a little bit more pinched than the other one, when I'm drawing, I will usually just make the character look like they have a black eye or a punch. Is that a not great idea to do sometimes? I beg to differ. It kind of adds like character to the piece. But anyway, and then I'm gonna go in with the shine again. Boop. And there we go. I was told once by an art teacher in middle school, shout out Miss Adams, that sometimes eyelashes for characters take away from the realism or take away from the piece. So having no eyelashes sometimes makes it stronger. Now I kind of agree with her, but kind of don't agree with her. I feel like you can pick between if you want eyelashes or not, and if you do not want eyelashes on this character, don't do eyelashes. But if you want eyelashes on this character, I'm going to show you how to do that. So I'm going to go over here on this mock. You're going to go and kind of fling it out. You're going to make a half curve. See what I'm doing? So this half curve is going to go maybe 2 or 3 little kick ups. See? And they don't have to be perfect, but you can add more if you want, but adding more to the character might like take away from the eye itself. But you can kick up a few of them, maybe like even a stray away right there. Or you can just kind of what's it called? Go more, and then how you would do that is you would take this and mirror it over on this side. And then we will just have a really full eyelashy look. And how you would want to make them look very well done is you want the thinnest part to be the top part of the eyelash. And you're gonna make it kind of like that. You see what I'm saying? How it's like, it's almost thicker at the bottom where the eyelid is, the waterline. And you're gonna kind of make it, and you're gonna fill this part in, but it's going to look like that. And then for this, like in the middle, you're just gonna go straight out, and you're gonna make them shorter because they're gonna be longer on the outside and they're gonna be more lesser in the middle. And this one right in the middle is always going to be a straight line, and it's gonna go like this and this. How it's gonna look like externally is like that. Girls that do their lashes normally, this will look like clusters, or anyone that does lashes, they're gonna look like the clusters that you get in those like little tiny eyelash kits. And you're just gonna do like kind of like chicken feet. Chicken feet. Awesome. And so now that this eye looks crazy, see how we did chicken feet as well as kick up on the side, kick up on the side, and everything like that. Awesome. Now, we're gonna go back to here. Now that we have eyes and a mouth, we're gonna go with eyebrows. We can also choose to not have eyebrows. Some people just kind of have like a defined eyebrow line and just kind of leave it there. But I'm gonna pick just basic bare bones eyebrows so then we can learn from there. So how this is going to look, if you have ever done your eyebrows before, you'll look at the nose. And so this is the triangle of the nose that we went with. I'm gonna just define the lines here a little bit more. So for the nose brow bone, you're going to take the triangle and kind of like smooth it out and kind of lean it over here. Kind of like if you were to draw a tree and then put like a boop, 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 boop kind of vibe, how I would draw a tree. That's gonna be here, but you're not gonna do anything else but make that little stalk, or what's it called? You know what I mean. Anyways, so how you're going to do your brows is we're gonna go with the ruler. And so we're gonna make a line here. And then right at where the hood of, like, you're going to use this part of your eye and also this part of your nose. So this is going to be where the nostril is. This is where the nostril is. And this is where the eye duct is, like the kind of like where the eye would be. And it's going to line up with where your eyebrow should start. So these are going to be where your eyebrow starts. I'm going to make like a little play button where those eyebrows should be. If you want, you can do polka brows and those would be perfect, and then that's it. Now, you're going to use the nostril of the nose, and you're going to go right for the iris, or where the eye should be, the middle of the eye. And if you need to go and find the middle of the eye, just go and put here. And if you want to be even more exact, you can measure it, and it's an inch. You would go in a half of the inch, and then go right there. Awesome. Now, to guide ourselves, I'm going to put a little dot right there. I'm gonna go here, find where I want, and put a little dot. Awesome. Now, we're gonna find the nostril again and find the farthest corner of the eye, which is the end of the eye, and we're gonna go right here. Right here again on the other side. Awesome. So they're not going to look perfectly straight and they're not going to look perfect, but we're going to go in. You can look up reference pictures of eyebrows like this, the basic one where it looks like that, and you just kind of go do, 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 do. That's a basic eyebrow. We can also go and have like a hairy brow and kind of go woo with little flyaways in the front. We could even go with like an evil queen brow where it would be really dark in the front and very arched. But for simplicity's sake, I'm just going to go and take this and try to make like a kind of curved straight line. And then a kind of curved straight line on the top. And then I'm going to make the lines connect to the dot that I made over there. Straight line, straight line. And this one didn't come out right, this dot, but I can visualize, because I saw where this eyebrow ends, where it should make sense here. Because these dots are not like restrictive, they're just to make you be able to visualize what the face is going to look like later. We can fill it in so you can see better. And you can add detail or more character to the face by putting an eyebrow piercing, maybe fluffing up the eyebrows, putting a slit in the eyebrows, touching up the eyebrows, making them more thicker or thinner. We can pretty much go with anything. You can look up eyebrow references and do any kind of eyebrows. Same with lips and also eyes and noses. Speaking of noses, let's get on to the noses. Now, from our eyebrows, we did connect this lovely little trunk. Now, we can see where, if you look up a picture of a skeleton, this is where this little triangle that I made you make would be where your nostrils are. Like if your nose did not have the cartilage and everything like that. The line is going to be showing where your cartilage would be in your nose. So now, I'm going to find maybe like a comfortable amount away from the lips. I'm going to go with half of my pinky and find right here. You can make it a little bit closer, a little bit more far away, but I kind of want to make sure that there's a little bit of a little dip right near the lip. That's going to look like this more like, because these make it look more like realistic, putting this kind of detail in. So I'm going to put that there. So then I know where the little drop of the little Cupid's bow should be. So now that we know, this is going to be where our septum is. And now we know where our nostrils are. So I'm going to make a curve and make a curve right where the nostrils are. Now I'm going to make a curve and make a curve. This is not going to be perfect demonstration for all types of noses and many variations of noses. There are a lot of different types of noses in the world that you're going to be able to draw. This is going to be a quick starter nose that is not just the good old-fashioned doot, make two hills, make a hill, make this, and then boom kind of nose. Even though that is a perfectly good nose to start out with drawing, this is going to be a little bit different than that, where it's not going to be too pronounced. Now we're going to just go in and, as you see fit, smooth out certain details. Because I want my nose to be a little bit of button nose, I'm going to go and make a little frowny face right here. When I say frowny face, I mean a little bit of a downward swoop. You see what I'm saying? Awesome. Now that we have finished our nose, we finished our eyes and our eyebrows, what do we have left? We need to finish the ears. You think that the ears are finished, but right now we just kind of have skin nubs. If you look up a reference of the ear, you're going to see that ears predominantly look like hold on, let me give you a visual representation. Like something to do with that. So what that means is there's going to be this little nub, and also we're going to have to make this little circular thing, as well as where the connect of where the earlobe is, and also where the ear canal should be. So let's begin. I like to start with this little skin flap that's close to the ear nub. So I would do is pick the middle part of the ear and make like a little bit of a half circle like that. Now from there I'm going to do a line and then another half circle. See what I'm saying? It's going to look like this. Now, from there, because we can see from my little ear here, we've just made this part of the ear. Now, I want you to make this part of the ear. Seems fun? Let's do it. We're going to start from this part and make a circle, and then connect to the half circle on the bottom. Awesome. Now we're going to make this part and this part. This one is going to be a little bit trickier. It's going to kind of like be like hanging curtains in the inside of the person's ear. We're going to go swoop and then a swoop. And then we're going to go in and add. I just realized that this line does not exist predominantly in ears. I just put this in my character's ears a lot. I'm so sorry. So just never mind that line. It's going to be this swoop and then this swoop. And then there's actually another swoop in the ear that kind of goes like this and connects. So it's going to just look like that. We're going to add this swoop real quick. So what that's going to look like is where we did the ear canal hole area, we're going to connect to this little curtain area. My pen is dying on me, so I'm going to go with red. You see that? So it's going to look like this, how we connected it. Awesome. You're doing awesome. Okay, we're going to do that over here. You can actually subtract some of these steps from the ear and maybe even do the ear canal and maybe just kind of make like a circular oval to it. But that would be more cartoony or more characterized. Damn, this pen does not like me today. And then you can add one curtain instead of two, and that would be kind of like a very simplified version. Awesome. So we're gonna go and look at hair. So you can pick up a lot of things with hair. There are a lot of different styles with hair, but I'm gonna show you how to find where the hairline is and to build up hair. So where the hairline should be, you should find that line that we did earlier, and we're a little bit over the eyebrows. I usually like to take 2 fingers worth and then mark right here. So that's going to be where if you have like a cupid's bow, like not a cupid's bow, a widow's peak, or maybe like where your hairline starts, that's going to be it. So then we're going to attach it to over here. We're going to make a little line towards here and here, kind of like we're helmeting our little guy. So now that it looks like he has a buzz cut or something like that, we're going to add a little bit more detail in defining these areas. Awesome. We have a little bald guy. Now, you can look up a lot of different reference pictures on a lot of different hairstyles. There's the bowl cut, there is the mid part, there is emo hair, there's pigtails. We can do a lot of different things. For right now, I'm gonna show you like maybe like a very simplified hairstyle, and it's just gonna be I think I'm just gonna go with space buns and bangs. So how we were gonna do space buns is you're gonna go one circle right on the side of the head and another circle on the side of the head. Awesome. So now we have our 2 space buns. We have to add detail. I'm going to split wear down the middle. I'm going to find the hairline by putting another line next to the line, and then that's going to be the little side part. So I'm going to make it seem like there's hair kind of poking up almost. Like this person has some hair that they pulled aside. And now I'm going to kind of relieve the area. Well, not relieve, but like I'm going to build up the area a little bit more so that it looks a little bit better. Because these little circles on the side of the head are supposed to help us map out where it is. And see, now it has more volume. And now I'm going to do that on the other side as well. Because you're going to use this middle part and we're going to go boom and boom. Kind of like if it's like making a heart, like boop. That would be our heart. Awesome. So now that we have that, I'm going to do 2 little strands, kick away, kick away, kick away. Awesome. So now we have 2 little kick away strands. Now, I think they need bangs. So now that we know where the hairline starts, some bangs do come from the hairline, and some start halfway after the hairline. So I'm gonna do halfway after the hairline, and I'm gonna make a half circle to where the hairline should be. This is going to be showing where the hair is falling on the face. There is micro bangs, long bangs, and other bangs, and there's different ways of styling bangs. I'm going to show you a very simple way of styling bangs. I'm going to find where the eyebrows are, and I'm going to add a little line in between them. Not super in between them, but where the eyebrows are on top, the top lines of the eyebrows, that's going to be where it is. You can use a ruler in this. We're going to go a little bit close to where the hairline is over here and where the hairline is over here, but we're not going to connect those lines. This is going to be a line where the eyebrows are and also where the bangs should hit. Now that there's this beautiful blank space here, I'm going to make 2 little darts. What that's going to look like is almost like I'm making 1 small fang and 1 big fang. And that's going to be on the side of the bangs. This is going to look a little anime-y, but it's going to look, if you add the correct details, you can make this look a little bit more realistic or to your own style. Now, this line is a little too straight. How you're going to do that is you're going to add either a little bit more darts that look like these fangs, or you're going to have little breaks in it like you're carving a pumpkin. Awesome. We made space buns. Now you can go in and also add in little tiny lines. You can go in with like any kind of marker or pen, pencil, paint, or anything like that and go for individual lines. But sometimes it's just good to make the imitation of that there are hair like strands and not actually go in and do that. How you would find where the hair should go for the bangs, you're going to start where that hairline was, right here. And then you're going to go downwards in half circular ways, and where the straight line is in the middle of the face should be where it should be straight, because it all should be going together to that. Now, for the buns, you're going to find this line again on both sides, and we're going to just kind of go similarly how the bangs would be, but they're all going to go to this one point where the circle is, and that's going to be where the bun is, because all the hair should be going to the bun. And we're going to do that on both sides. Okay, now for the buns. I know you think that they're probably just going to be basic, but this is going to be the easiest thing in your life. So pretty much we're going to make half circular lines on the outside and the outside of the thing, of the little ball. It's kind of going to be a bun. So we're going to go again and again. And that's pretty much it. You can add more lines to this, but that's going to be pretty much the basics. It's going to be make a circle, half circle, make a half circle, make a half circle, make a half circle, and then that's going to be pretty much your buttons. You can add more detail later on, and also while you build up your skill and learn more, but this is going to be the basics. Now for those little 2 strands, we're going to go strand, 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 strand. And now our character has space buttons. Awesome. You can add more detail to this character and do more things, because honestly, like, faces are going to look very different wherever you go, and you can even start using reference photos and build on to what I just told you and find your own art style. It's not going to look perfect at first, but learning how to do all of this is going to save you a lot of time in the long run, and maybe even cut some corners with learning like new things. So for the chin, which is going to be a smaller detail, the chin is going to be underneath any lip. We're going to go right underneath the lip and make kind of like a half crescent. And some people have butt chins, which would look like a tiny miniature half circle just similarly underneath it. You can do other things like make a teardrop in it and things like that, but I feel like this makes it look a little bit more, I don't know, complements this face better. Also, we can talk about where this would be. Sorry about that. So where this lip would end and this lip would end would be close to where the cheekbones should start. But that would be better for if you were trying to add color and you would put a darker shade here and here, and then you would put a lighter shade here and here, and also here and on the bridge of the nose. But we can talk about coloring your character and highlight and lighting on another day. As always, stay ghostly. This was Chris, the Ghostly Chris, teaching you how to draw faces, and have a wonderful day. Bye.